So this is probably a non-needle moving $5.54 million for Intuit that they'll probably get from developers when their annual revenue is $17 billion. So it's not needle moving. So it doesn't make sense from a revenue standpoint. But I do think it's risky because third-party app developers could drive people to other GLs. And this happened, I'll tell a story about, at the time it was Zen Payroll, which is now Gusto. Way back in the early days of the QuickBooks APIs, there was no payroll API, but there was lots of timesheet apps because that was some of the first apps. It was an easy business problem to solve. The APIs were good. People created lots of timesheet apps. But then if your timesheet app tracked overtime, you couldn't pass the overtime to QuickBooks. There was no payroll connection to do that. And that's one of the things they announced. They're now finally going to have payroll APIs now this summer. So that's like, 12 years later, finally have payroll APIs. But what happened is all these developers, when their customers would contact them and say, what do you mean I have to edit the timesheets in QuickBooks? I used your app that tracked the overtime. They would say, well, it works perfect with Zen Payroll. And the early growth of Zen Payroll / Gusto occurred because Intuit did not have proper APIs for developers. Developers can control where customers go and what products they use. And that's what's risky about this. For $12 million or $5 million in revenue, Intuit is risking developers driving people to other GLs. It seems silly to me.